Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast.
Hello.
Or Smashcast.
Yep, that's what it's called.
It's Smashcast, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm your host, the retro gaming nerd, also known as Chris.
And I'm your co-host, the archivist, also known as Olivia.
We've tried to film this one 3 times, or record this one 3 times, so bear with us. So we're going to talk about a YouTuber that we used to follow, and still kind of do follow, Richard Michael Alvarez.
Yep, also known as richalvarez.
Oh, the guy that made,
the channel,
Super Mario Brothers. Yeah.
I don't know, I mean...
Let's talk about his first show, and then we'll move on throughout the lines of what we did.
Alright.
So, how did you come across Super Mario Brothers?
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure you or Brittany, or maybe it was Alex, somebody...
I feel like it was me.
Somebody in the Stupid Smash Brothers cast told me I should watch it, because I was like, this is where a lot of our stuff came from, this is like our show, and I was like, are you serious? So, I did.
Like, what was your opinion on that, though?
I was, like, admittedly, like, it was kind of one of those, I saw them as, like, even though we sprang off of them, I always kind of was like, hey, this is our territory, you know?
You boys better get out of her.
Yeah, I know, I just, I wanted to do something pretty big with our show.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen.
And so it was one of those things if I felt we had competition, so that gave me, I guess, a form of ambition to kind of strive forward.
Unfortunately, we do not have that thing you call competition anymore.
So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It was kind of young and naive and stupid, but, you know.
Yeah, I think it was fine for the time, at least.
Yeah, it gave us a reason to keep going sometimes.
Yeah, it really did, because we always wanted to do something they didn't. So
it was, we always were trying to find something new and creative to do with ours so that we wouldn't, copy his all the time.
Yeah.
But we can't deny that it was pretty fundamental to our show.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I first came across it one summer, and it's like, it gave me a lot of ideas, and it allowed me to write a lot of things down, and I thought it was good, but I thought there were some things that could have been added or, subtracted from it. And, then it took forever for me and Tyler to talk about it, and then me and Brittany talked about it, and then, later on down the line, me and Alec talked about it. But it was all because I watched it, and then I got Tyler to watch it, and then we got Brittany to watch it, and so...
Oh, yeah, I was late to the party.
Yeah. Alec never actually watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm okay.
He never really digged it, and I don't think Ian liked it either.
No, Ian did not, if I remember correctly. Ian didn't like a lot of things, though, so...
Yeah. But, moving on, though. I think that the Stupid Mario Brothers I watched religiously.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I watched it totally religiously. I really loved it. It had a really nice story. It was really cool. They turned nothing into something, and that was awesome.
Yeah. They always did a pretty good job with everything they did,
Almost.
know. At the time, they were pretty, they had a pretty good story, they did pretty good effects, they had pretty good camera work,
Yeah, I was not there. I wasn't there at the beginning, but I was there at the episode. Like, I found them, at the time I found them was the time that where Mario had a job. Like, they were looking for jobs. Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
And,
The thing that's kind of amazing when you look back at it is it started off as, such a lighthearted show.
And then it got such a deep story.
Yeah, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah, and the story was really good. It's just we're going to skip around a lot.
That's fine.
I just think the biggest thing that was a turn-off to it was the ending. Or some seasons. Like, some people didn't even watch the other seasons.
Yeah, I know, I might have missed...
Oh, no, you missed the last half.
Yeah, I did. I think I missed, the whole, 5th season, and then, maybe part of the 4th.
I thought you missed the 3rd.
I either missed the 4th or the 3rd, and then I know I missed the 5th.
Yeah.
Straight up. Except for, I think, one episode was pirates and ninjas fighting over cereal, something like that. Anyway,
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Are you laughing because you remember it?
Both. It's both, because that was so random out of all of it. But yeah, and then, there was, that, I just wish that they did more with it, the show.
Yeah, there was a lot of potential there.
I'm stealing your water.
That's okay.
But, yeah. You could have done more with the show. A lot more. And, it was really cool, but when they ended, I was like, we have to make our season now. just in case they come back with something, or because
Yeah,
remember all those downtimes they had.
Yeah, you were all I swear every time they went down, you were like, we need to make this new season bigger, better, faster, stronger, everything, and
then we procrastinated, or there was drama that ended it.
Yeah, there would originally be this huge frenzy of creativity though, and then something would happen.
Yeah, but I really always looked up to them. They were really cool.
Yeah,
But, like, it wasn't in their later years, back when we had more downtime, we started watching, and it just wasn't that good. Like, they brought back that stupid game show, I think that's what it was called, or that game, it was about video games.
Something like that.
Yeah, and it was a lot of shorts that just didn't work, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then there was Wiki Richie that I think he should have continued with, but...
I think he had the stuff to do like an informational show.
Yeah, and then YouTube News was starting to go downhill a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean,
YouTube News was fine when it was meant to be funny, but then it started to get informational, and you're like, we already know this.
It mixes.
Yeah,
it's one of those things that would kind of mix with informational and comedy.
I preferred more of opinion and comedy versus
Versus,
because if you're gonna be wrong, you better be wrong and be funny about it.
Yeah, go hard or go home, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Or they could have done more information. It just seemed like they didn't do enough. Like, they seemed like the newest YouTube News that just came out recently was,
Yeah.
the ones, like, this newest series of YouTube News was more like, okay, this is coming out, this is what it is, da-da-da-da-da, and that just didn't work.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's really a good idea of what it was like, I believe.
Yeah. But then there was a series that came out soon, really recently, I think a year ago. Or 2, I have no clue.
2, I think.
I have no clue. Now it's 2, but... The Plumber Knight Returns?
Yep.
That is a mixed bag show.
It really is. Since I've read the comics, saw the other movie...
The comics, yeah. Mario Brothers made a comic of The Plumber Knight Returns, yeah, back in the 90s.
What? Oh, no. I mean, what the Plumber Knight Returns seems to be is based
The
off.
Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, I read that and I saw the movie, but...
The animated movie.
Yeah, the animated movie. It just seems to me like... I was just always
with knowing that, you were conflicted. Like, if you were like a fan, or even somebody that read the original comics, you were kind of like... This is stupid, or you totally missed the point of this book.
Yeah, it's like it always felt to me that they had the highlights of the thing, like, you kind of just, like, went on, like, Spark Notes and read a synopsis of it, and then went...
Oh, no, knowing Richie... Yeah, I don't know Richie personally, and if you watch this, don't hold anything against us, but I know he knows The Plumber Knight Returns. The Dark Knight Returns!
Like, yeah, I just don't... The show, I don't think it was my cup of tea. Oh,
no, here's the thing. At the time, it wasn't. But now that we rewatched it, it's not as bad.
Yeah. I think the first time it was just... the first time I saw it, it was just really difficult because I was just being such a hardcore Batman purist.
Yeah.
And then to me, the whole concept of combining the Mario concept with Batman always kind of struck me as a little bit absurd.
Yeah, a little bit. But then again, Batman...
I mean, crazier things have happened.
Yeah, then again, the whole stupid Mario Bros. Craze was absurd as well.
So, yeah. I mean,
Nox Decius fighting Mario, that's kind of...
Yeah. But you kind of get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay.
But no, when it came to The Plumber Knight Returns, though, I thought that, It was interesting at the time. I really was annoyed at it because I was reading the books again at that point. I was even going to do a review about it, but then, my friends did some, or are working on some as we speak. And, it just annoys me. It annoyed me.
Yeah.
It did some very stupid things, and, it didn't make Mario seem as much as a hero as they built him up to be. There was a lot of tell in that show. And I understand this. I understand that you can't show everything. But, maybe you should show Batman's a little bit more of a hero. Not Batman. Mario's a little bit more of a hero by showing him stopping a little bit more of street crime or, making the villain seem a little bit more hardcore. Not allowing them to swear kind of kills the point of it.
It's one of those things. Like, I mean, I guess, like, you don't...
Or showing random street crime.
it's one of
Make
those-
your world. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta kind of build upon it and establish things.
Because the Plumber Knight Return, Batman, God damn, the Dark Knight Returns couldn't, the Dark Knight Returns already had that. It's Batman. It's an older Batman. We don't have much more to go off of because we already know the history. The Plumber Knight Returns, we're only assuming if it's a sequel or a distant series to the Dark Knight Return, to stupid Mario Brothers. I am sorry today. But that. So we can only assume it's a sequel to Stupid Mario Brothers or a totally its own thing.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it more confusing until you see the last episode. I'm not going to spoil it. All of you have to watch it. It'll be in the description below. But actually, the Plumber Knight Returns episode 1 and the last one are going to be in there. We recommend you watch it.
Yeah.
Because if you're into that kind of stuff, excuse the clicking. So.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's a nice show. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's decent. But I can see where it has its problems, and this is where a season 2 should come in. Or not!
I mean, like...
Here's my thing. There's been... The fan base kind of has a little bit of a speculation here. Man, there's a lot of speculation episodes, isn't there? This is the second time we've talked about speculation. The fans themselves have been like, okay, make a second season. And I'm like, okay, make a movie and end it, or make a second season.
Yeah, something.
Because there's a lot of stuff you ended the show off on.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wario's child and,
Yeah, all this stuff.
Somebody returns. God damn. Spoiler alert for you people. Stop watching here. We'll tell you, like, it's going to be 2 minutes. Not in 2 minutes. I'll give you a minute. Okay, but the darkness returns.
Yeah.
In, season of Plumber Knight Returns.
Yeah, the last episode.
Yeah. And so that left a little bit of a mystery. He left us at a cliffhanger, and there has not been an update to date.
Yeah.
That I know of.
I mean, I kind of just been wondering if maybe, like, this was a project that, like, Richie made, and then it got bigger than he thought, or maybe he just didn't like the way it came out.
Or maybe he doesn't have the cast anymore. I think, let me defend Richie here, because I know a lot of my friends, and I know a lot of people like, oh, he needs to make an update. He's a busy man, okay?
Yeah.
He's busy with... He's married.
Yeah.
Heck, we're in a relationship, and that's pretty much our job right now, to try and keep up this relationship. And, he's got so much he's, dealing with right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on.
And so, he's doing the rich vlogs, but that's what he wants to do. He's doing the rich vlogs right now.
Yeah.
And maybe we should kind of back off on him and let him talk about the Plumber Knight Returns when he feels ready to, instead of us bothering him about it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to know that it's nice to get feedback,
Mm-hmm.
But it's annoying when everyone asks him every single day. And I even did it. I went to Twitter and asked him about it, and I felt like a dick about it because he didn't respond. He doesn't normally respond, and that's fine. Because, why would you respond to everybody that, If I was a YouTuber, I would try to respond every now and then to people that personally send me things.
Yeah, well, no, it's...
Like, I would just type and go, I like make a quick type and go, busy right now, or,
stuff like that.
Yeah, or like, I'll talk about it in a video, I promise, or thanks for the acknowledgement, I'm not going to personally just tell you, something like that. I would give that. But I understand where you wouldn't.
Yeah.
And so maybe he's working on it and doesn't want to tell you. Maybe he doesn't want to give information because he doesn't know. That's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
Everyone
with
doesn't need to know this right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally think maybe we should give Rich Alvarez a little bit of a break on the Plumber Knight Returns Season 2 and smashing stuff, the final. Because there might have been stuff that happens in his personal life. There might have been stuff that happens in his work life. There might be something in his YouTube life. Just let him relax for a little bit and, debrief. And then he'll tell us when he feels ready to.
Well, yeah. It's one of those things of it's just a common courtesy, Like, if you, go on a YouTube thing and you see a bunch of people already asking the same questions...
Don't bother.
Yeah, it's because someone's going to answer.
And I know what it is. I don't get those kind of comments, but I do see people getting annoyed by that. And that's just,
Yeah. Well, I imagine it would be very frustrating.
So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to end the vlog here, and we're going to do some plugging. If you guys like the Stupid Mario Brothers, I'd recommend checking out Young Mario Brothers, actually.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a show like that,
yeah,
which is Smash Brotherhood, if you want to know more about that, you can check out our reviews on it, because, yeah, if you want to know if it's good or not, check out our reviews that are coming out soon. But if you want to check it out for yourself, check out Smash Brotherhood, which is on Xanderbrow, I guess, Productions, Xanderbrow, whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be in the description. Oh. If you don't know what we're talking about and you want to kind of check out Rich Alvarez, go to his channel, Rich Alvarez, or go to the Rich Vlog channel, because he's a really cool guy and he kind of deserves a little bit more subscriptions on the Rich Vlog. So,
yep, so go check him out.
yeah, he does some really interesting videos on the Rich Vlog, and I think you should really check it out. If you have no clue we're talking about Stupid Mario Brothers, The Plumber Knight Returns, you should also check those out too. Recommendations.
Yep. Both of those are on Rich Alvarez's
And if you have no
channel.
clue what Mario is, you should go buy an NES or go to the Nintendo eShop and check out the Super Mario Brothers game. And if you don't know what a Nintendo is, where have you been for the past 35 years? Well, this has been Chris.
And Olivia.
And we're out. See you guys later. Stay golden.
Yep, bye.